Hello. It's the fishing terrain. Free pitfall. But I'm not actually interested in that. Thanks, but no thanks. Alright, I am slightly late. Honestly, I went to bed a little bit earlier than I have the past couple days. But I woke up at like 5 in the morning randomly, and I was like, bruh, come on, I just want to sleep. So that kind of threw off this morning. I'm gonna claim that if that didn't happen, I would have been here slightly earlier. Maybe on time, maybe not. Who cares? I'm here. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna try to find we're gonna find Joan and go from there. I loaded the game last night after Red left, and Gracie's gonna be here tomorrow, so that's cool. Again, Gracie's one of the big things. I'm obviously still a little annoyed about my mistake on sale day, but I am trying to move past it. I think I just need more time to accept the fact that I messed up big time. But maybe it won't be that big a deal. Maybe it will. We won't know. Only time will tell if it's gonna be problematic or not. Right? Like, who knows? All I know is that I need to find Gulliver and actually get new stuff from him. I mean, I've been finding him every week. I kind of want to go back through my footage to figure out when I got the last new thing from Gulliver, since it's been so long. Like, assuming items are equally weighted, which I believe they are, I should have got something from him a long time ago, right? Like, I have 18 out of 20, so that's like a 1 in 10 chance of getting something new. I should have hit that. Like, I feel like it's been more than 2 months. And 2.5 months is 10 weeks, so, like, I feel like it should have happened by now. So, I don't know what's up with that, but anyway. Tortimer's here because of the tourney. I wish I saw you on Friday. But, again, whatever. I'm also very sore. Like, my shoulders are killing me, and my head is, like, affected from that. Or by that. I don't know. It's not great. You know what else isn't great? The fact that we haven't found Joan yet. That's not great. Anyway, I don't know. We're gonna just see how things go. Obviously, like, if I get all the raffle stuff, okay, well, one of these is a pit. If I get all the raffle stuff, that's huge. Basically, it's like I'm trying to think and consider all the different ways I could complete different different aspects. That's what I was trying to say. You know? Like, if I finish all the raffle stuff, I don't have to worry about tickets. Cool. If I get all the shirts from a specific season, I don't have to worry about that. Cool. So, like, that kind of thing. Now, I don't know how turnips are gonna go today. I have 63k. Whatever. Let's just grab them. I have no idea how this is gonna play out. Obviously, there's been 4 spikes in a row. I had a bad feeling going into this last week, and I thought I wasn't gonna do well. But then we got a spike, and it was our like second biggest spike or third biggest spike when we sold. So that was pretty cool. So we're gonna just go for it today, unless it's a really bad price. Then, if that's the case, we're just gonna stop before it gets too crazy. Okay, 92 is not amazing, but it's not 70. So that's something. 92. I feel like I had too much money. 138k per inventory. So on average, it's still going to be 5 bags. Now again, it's 10:30. I don't know how Joan's going to behave, so I don't know what we're going to get. I mean, at 83, 25 inventories was 3 mil. So like that's maybe promising. I mean, it's 9 bells more. So if I did like 138k times 25, then we're at 3.4. So I'd have to get closer to 30. I guess like 38. No. What did I do? I think I meant to say 28, but I couldn't. 38. No, 28 is still not enough. So I think 29 is going to be... Yeah, if I wanted to get 4 mil, it's going to be 29 inventories. That is possible, technically. Like, last week I got 36. I think I started around the same time or late. So, it really just depends on Joan. Because, like, maybe if... Like, I think, like, best case, I could hit, like, 5 mil today. Whatever case is 4 mil. Again, 4 mil is, like, my baseline. Because if I do that, like, I'd be done sooner rather than later. And that's kind of, like, where I'm at right now. Because I messed up sale day, I want to try to, like, make up for it somehow, you know? And I feel like the way I could make up for it is if I finish turnips sooner rather than later. You know, like, if I don't have to worry about turnips, I am set. I think I actually need one of these. Right, like, if I'm done turnips, like, on average, I spend 2 hours buying. It could be anywhere from, like, an hour and a half to, like, 2.5 to 3 hours, you know? Depending on the day. And then I would sell an equivalent amount. I would spend an equivalent-ish amount selling them if I got a spike. I was like, right now, if I spent 7.5 mil, I'd only need 8 more spikes. And that would, like, get me done in March, if it was every other week. If I did the 10 mil thing, it says I'd need 6 still. I think that makes sense, but, like... Anyway. So I'm kind of thinking, yeah, like, if I can get turnips done sooner rather than later, then my streaming life becomes so much easier. Like, you know, someday, like, it really depends on, like, the week and what's going on. Like, lately I've been trying to do extra stuff to get it ready, but realistically speaking, this week I would show up on Monday, I'd grab the snowman from Tortimer, I'd deal with Gracie. That would probably take 20 to 25 minutes. And then the next day nothing would happen. I'd just check the store, or it'd have to involve turnips, right? And then on Wednesday someone else would show up, and depending on who that is, that would, like, make it so I don't have to do anything for a while. And then it'd just be the store or turnips. So, like, depending on whose visits, right? Like, if the visitor is Sahara, I can ignore it. Great, you know, like, that just destroyed visits for a week, basically, because whatever. Also, Katrina's basically useless now, too. Right? Like, I only used Katrina because of trying to get, like, the raffle and red items, and now I have all the red items, and I have all but 2 raffle items. I'm really hoping that we can get a raffle item in the store today, because if we do, then I can win the fishing tourney, and it should give us the last one. And then if we have all of that, I'm in a really good spot. But yeah, so like I'm gonna do the focus today is turnips, and then I'll deal with the raffle, and then I'll deal with the fishing tourney. I have 10 large bass. I'm hoping it's enough, and if it is, great. If it isn't, whatever. You know, we'll figure it out. And I mean, that's all I can really do, right? But yeah, I feel like the sooner I get turnips done, the better, because like this is like the hardest part of the thing, obviously, right? You know, spending hours dealing with turnips is not... It's okay. I mean, obviously, it's the hardest part of the challenge. I think everybody knows that. Not from like a... Well, I mean, difficult. It is difficult because you have to convince yourself to do this, and it's crazy. I guess like the other thing that you would consider from like a difficulty perspective would be the museum model. Just because that requires a lot. You gotta catch everything, dig everything up, and get all the art. I'm getting all the art. If you got lucky, you could get that really early on from Red, but it was literally the last thing I got from it. I guess I can drop on the bridge. I keep forgetting that I can drop things on the bridge. Doesn't seem right. Okay, so we bought we bought 2 inventories so far. I can't drop more. What do you mean I can't drop more? There's a perfectly good tile right here. Okay, whatever. Can I actually buy 4 inventories here? I think yes. No. Maybe no. No? No. I think I'm 1 bag short, and I don't have any in my letters today. I have not replenished since sale day. But I do have money outside the store that I should grab and put in my letters. But yeah, I guess like the idea is that I just gotta focus on what I can actually influence. I'm just assuming that I would have, like, I don't know. I don't know. Gulliver is taking forever to give me anything, but you would assume that I would have everything from Gulliver within 2 years. I assumed I would be closer to done at this point. He was never something I was worried about. I was like, oh, he's consistent, only 20 items, it shouldn't be that bad. But here I am, and I haven't got the 2 that I still need. But I mean, if he only has 20 items, and I've almost played for a year, that means I should have got like 55 items from him. And I could easily take the extras out of that house, and then we'd have a count of all the extras we have in 1 acre. It should be at least like 30. So that's something we can look at. Maybe tomorrow. I kind of do want to go through the streams and try to figure out when I got the last new thing, but that could be a problem. I mean, obviously I have it marked. Okay, so hold on. I have 9k. Yeah, no, I don't have enough money. So we're going to just leave the money there. But yeah, I can obviously go through the streams. Because I have the schedule marked down. So like I know when Gulliver has been here, so I could go and just watch the streams, and usually it's one of the first things I would do on one of those streams is run and look for him. So I mean, I just have to check. And I think I could start back, you know? Like I could start in September. Like just look, or maybe August, like end of August and onwards. Let's like see when I can find the last thing I got from him. Because I think that would be interesting to know. Anyway, that's 3 inventories so far. We're gonna see what we can get. Again, I don't know if I don't have a. I'm feeling neutral about this week. Last week I did not think we were gonna. I thought it was gonna be bad, but it was good. And now this week I just don't know what to think anymore. Right? It could be 5 in a row. You never know. Nothing's stopping it. Okay, she's here. This is not bad. The bad part is that I took the money from that acre. That part's not helpful. But I have that. I guess I can just use this. I did take this out of the bank, but then I didn't put it away, so I'm just gonna use it, I guess. I kind of don't want to be stuck buying for a long time today, because like like I said, I don't want to be I don't know, I'm not feeling great today, so I don't really want to be destroying my brain buying for long periods of time. Okay, so I brought some of the money back. I mean, what am I working with here? That's 15, that's 14, that's 50, what? Hold on. That's 15, that's 19, 20, 24, 29. So I have just shy of 900k here. So like 900, 6.5? Could I do 7? I don't buy from this acre. I should have taken money from here to go here, but the other one was closer. Okay, I'm thinking that's probably enough to buy 7 inventories here. So I'll just drop those. Yeah, okay. So I bought 3 so far. If I buy 7 here, we'll be at 10. That probably has us in a decent spot. But yeah, it's like a lot of things have to happen in order for me to have time saved and things get easier. Obviously, having turnips done is its own thing. It's separate. It's gonna take months still, probably. But, I mean, like, if I did really well, I could be done before summer. I keep saying summer. And then, like, I hit that last spike this week. And that, like, really helped bump up the baseline. Right, because, again, my baseline is going off of 4 mil. And if I can get, like, 5 mil, or 6 mil, or close to 7 mil, then, like, obviously, we're further ahead than my projected, planned thing, right? But I have to account for, like, bad weeks. Like, obviously we've seen a bunch of spikes in a row, which really helps cut down on the time as well. Like, if I get hit with another dry streak, obviously we're gonna lose time and progress. I don't know if we're gonna get hit with that, but that sucked, right? But these, like, back-to-back-to-back spikes are kind of crazy, honestly. I had to suffer to get here, though. So I feel like it's deserved and earned. But yeah, I don't know what this week will bring, but, you know, it's not a bad price, so if I can hit like 4 mil, I'll be happy. But we'll just see. Obviously, like, we got some time, and then we'll see where Joan is near the end and how we can make things happen. But yeah, turnips are their own thing. And then the raffle, I'm really curious about the raffle, right? Like, if I get 1 or 2 things from the raffle itself today, I'm set. If I get 1 and then I win the fishing tourney, I think I'm set. If I don't get any, then I'll get 1 more from it, and then maybe that'll make... Then I'll only have 1 left. I think Wisp could help with that, but, like, I can also just deal with that in the summer with the fishing tourney, in theory. So, that's, like, whatever. And then it's like, if I can get the 2 winter shirts, then I don't have to look at the shirts. And if I have all the raffle stuff, I don't have to buy the tickets. Or I don't have to buy the shirts for tickets. Like, I buy the shirts just to make sure I don't miss any shirts that I need, right? And also because they're cheap and I can get tickets from them. But if I don't need tickets, then there's no reason for me to buy things. And then that gets way easier. Obviously, I still have to check the store until I don't need anything from the season. But, I mean, hey, if we can just keep getting... If we get a new winter shirt every day, we'll be done tomorrow. I'd love that. I don't think it's happening, but I'd love that. Okay, so there you go. We need 1 more. Out of my way. Oh, they're gonna get... They're gonna... Nope, okay, they're happy now. But yeah, I mean, like, I was looking at, like, all the items I need, and I feel like there's still some on the list, but, like, it looks a lot bigger than it actually is. So, the plan for me is I'm gonna look at the codes tomorrow, I think, and then I'll start putting in some codes tomorrow, I think. I know, like, some of them are weird and some are fine. So I need to just, like, look into it again to remember how it works, and then grab some codes and then try them. And you can do 3 per play session, but if you do a save and quit and then reload, you can do more. I don't know if I'll bother doing that or if I'll just do some each day. It really depends on, like, how busy the day is. Right, like, tomorrow I gotta get the snowman and deal with Gracie. So that's probably already 20 minutes. But if I have to sell the turnips for whatever reason, that's gonna add up time as well. And then if that's the case, I'm not gonna do the codes. So we'll just wait until there's a day where I should do the codes. But I want to start doing them tomorrow, or like I want to look into them next week, so that I have them all done for that week. So then by the time the 1-year anniversary is here, I have all that stuff. And that's like 16 items, so that will be seen. And I think at that point it'll be very obvious what I need and what I don't need, and how likely it is to, like, finish before. Like, I don't know, like, I kept wanting to finish in the summer, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And now I have to wait to get this market model in November next year. So, like, then it's like, well, maybe I should just finish at the 2-year mark. And technically, I could do it that way, because a bunch of the stuff is in my other towns. And, like, I won't have those things. Like, there's no way I will have all the station models. And even if I have the best luck possible, I won't even have all of the flower models from Groundhog Day. I'll still be missing one. So yeah, in no world would I be done. I would need to like actually, because I was thinking like, oh, what if I just had everything and then I was just waiting for one thing? That would be lame. But then it's like, no, I have to transfer stuff from my other towns. So if I got the last thing then I could like plan to like do one big last stream on the 10th to get everything done. And that makes sense, and I like that idea. It's just whether I have everything before then or not. Like, there's a lot of things to consider. The gyroids, like, I kind of want to... I think I need to, like, look at numbers. You know? That's kind of the thing. Now I'm getting close to the 1 year mark. It's like, well, let's look at what I have. Like, how many duplicate gyroids do I own? I feel like I have more unique than extras at this point. We have like one full acre filled up, but it's obviously not a full acre because there's a river and a stretch of land on the other side. So like I kind of want to count how many gyroids we have dropped there, because I feel like it's 50 or 60. Maybe. And it's like if I have 110, then yeah, we're doing okay. So like, yeah, I want to like figure that out, because it's like if this is how many gyroids I got over this year, it's obviously not the same, but if we said I'll get the same amount, then, yeah, you think I'd probably be done. Because, yeah, the thing is, like, I don't know if I'll have to use the other things. Like, I don't know if I have to use Wisp. Like, we're gonna see Gracie tomorrow, and if I get something new from Gracie, I'll be very happy. I don't have a good feeling about it, but I'd love to see it happen. Again, I don't think I've seen anything new from Gracie in a long time. Also, I've barely seen her. I saw her once a week or two ago, and before that it was 2 months. So, that's the other problem. But if we can get into like a real big Gracie cycle, where I just keep getting Gracie, that would be great. But yeah, I guess like the big things, it's like turnips, I will finish, and I think I have an idea of when I will get that done. And that doesn't matter. You know, at this point, I think we're gonna have... Like, I was thinking maybe the turnips would be one of the last things we do. Well, I considered all the possibilities, you know, like maybe the turnips are the first thing I have, like... I had to consider all that stuff, so I did. But now, after getting to the point I'm at, I feel like I will be done the turnips before everything else. So it's like turnips will be done at some point, hopefully before the summer. And, yeah, I don't know about Gracie. It's like, if I look at how many times I've seen Gracie since starting, and then that's how many items I've got. It's not bad. Let me look. If I go here... I've seen Gracie 20 times, which means I've got 60 shirts from Gracie. Okay. I mean, I actually think I messed up once or twice in the first time, so let's say I probably have 58. 58 shirts, and she has 29 total. So I have doubled the actual, like, size of the thing. Now, for me to get all the Halloween stuff, which there was, like, 12 of, I needed to do, like, 3.5 times the amount. So, but that was a smaller set, so I don't know if it works that way. But, like, yeah, if I was to, like, get 3 or 4 times the amount, then if I saw Gracie for the next year the same amount of times I did this year, you'd think I would be there. Gulliver's the thing that bothers me. Because it's like, I thought that would just be a cakewalk. I mean, we got a lot of them, and most of them in a good amount of time, I'd say. It's just we haven't seen any in what feels like 3 or 4 months. But maybe I'm misremembering. So that's kind of why I want to take some time to like go through my footage and try to find that. Same, like, so it's like if I can figure out how many times, like how long it's been since I got something from Gulliver, if I can figure out how many gyroids I have in this first year, like, yeah, because I was thinking like, oh, let's just like, for, you know, the 1 year mark, let's see where we're at, what we need. But it's like also let's see how many things we've got, you know, not for everything. I feel like that's maybe more work than I care to like do. But I can review things that happened over the course of the year. I do have some important dates written down. And that's the thing, I do want to make a video to like go over everything. And like maybe if I'm, you know, basically done, but still not done, then I can work on the video, you know? Like, what if I'm done and then it's November and I'm just waiting for sale day and then I'm gonna wait for the 2 year mark? Then I can just be working on writing and editing or something. If I can put all that stuff together at that point, that'd be good. Then I have it like ready, and then when I like finally get the last thing, you know, there you go. So, you know, I'm just thinking maybe it's a blessing in disguise, you know? Who knows? We're gonna just like make this work, and maybe, yeah, I don't know. I was just hoping to have this done because I wanted to, like, I am planning to take a trip, so I'm like planning to be gone for 3 or 4 weeks in October or something. So I don't want to like miss stuff in game, but like if I'm away, like there's no way I can do this. There's no good way that I can do this. And like I don't want to have to worry about this, and like the times are too specific, and it's like it's just not it, you know? So I'm hoping we can have most of this stuff done by October. I think Gulliver will be fine. It'll just take a while, hopefully, but we'll figure that out. And then the gyroids. Like, I still seem to get new ones more often than not, or at least one new one. And if that's the case, then I just need to get them like 20, 25 more times. That's pretty possible. Depends on the time of year. The weather right now is not great for gyroids. I kind of want to check that. Glad that these numbers are all so well documented. November 16th to the 9th, a 30% chance of snow. Haven't seen anything in ages. Okay, and then December 10th, we have a guaranteed chance of snow. And then this is when then things get a little awkward. From the 11th to the 24th, it's a 40% chance of snow and 20% chance of heavy snow. So, 60% chance of some form of snow. So if we have alternating days, that's going to be huge for gyroids. Then the 25th to 30th is guaranteed snow. It's a 60% chance of snow and then 40% heavy snow. And then the 31st is clear, which is fine. And then the January 1st to 7th is clear. So I mean, like right now it's a 30% chance, but I haven't seen it in a while, so like that's whatever. And then yeah, January 8th to 24th is like just a 20% or 10%, so it's 30% overall. And then after that, it's like a 20% chance, and then there's a week where it's nothing, and then it's 20% chance, and there's a day where there's nothing. And then there's like 30, and then there's a 50% chance for a short week. It goes back to that. Like June 26th to July 15th, that's like basically 50% chance because of all like the thunderstorms. So, yeah, I mean, I think the gyroids, we will have most of them. I might have to use the island to get the rest. I'm really not sure. I feel like that one I might have to, but it also depends. Like, if the rates are good and I keep getting new ones, then sure, we're fine. And then Gracie, we just need her to show up. And I'd like to also go back and try to figure out when I got like the most recent new shirt from Gracie as well, because I feel like that's been a while. But obviously it's been a while, because when I saw her like 2 months ago, there wasn't anything. I haven't seen her much since then. That's the other problem. But sometimes we have periods of time where it's like Gracie, 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 Gracie. So I'm hoping we can get one of those going. But yeah. They talked about turnips and like finishing them, because that just takes like hours out of my week as is. So if I finish that, then I get hours back, and then that makes things so much easier, and it's not like it's such a burden. You know, like when I was doing New Horizons and I was loading the game with 8 characters every day and looking for bottles, that was awful. That took forever, and it was such a freeing and liberating moment to no longer have to do that. It just like it destroyed my stream time, you know. So that made a big difference. So I would equate that to this, except this is maybe, wow, this is one day and then one random day. The random nature of this is really the problem, right? Like every Sunday I show up, but I don't know when I'm gonna have to sell, and then that affects my ability to stream on the other days and like how I do things. And I can't always plan, or if I have plans, sometimes they get usurped by this. So like, yeah, having the turnips done, great. And then if I get all the raffle stuff, that's great. I don't need to keep the tickets. I can sell all the stuff in my third character's house. I can organize the gyroids more. I can organize my house more. And life's good. I was really hoping I would have got a raffle item from last week's fishing tourney. Because if I did, then I got all the red stuff on sale day. And then this week I would have won one, and then we would have been set. But there's still a chance, you know? If we see something new in the store and we get it, I'm great, you know, and we're like I'm set. Not saying that I'm great, but maybe I am great, but like I'm not saying that. We're almost done with this acre. This is the 6th inventory here. And then we have one more. And this one is not done. We need one more. And there you go, 11 o'clock. Alright, so that is the 7th inventory in that acre. Okay, I said that right. Good. I didn't mix up inventory and acre in my sentence. Yay. So little wins. That's what counts. I'm going to bring this back to the store. I don't know where Joan is. I don't know where I'm sensing her. I'm going to run up this way, I think. I think we're gonna do things a little differently. But yeah, it's 11:04, so we have an hour at least. I mean, I've already been here for 40 minutes, so like, maybe it's not an hour, it's maybe I don't know. I don't want to do this for too long, but if I can hit 4 mil, that's good, but I don't know. I mean, we're 10 inventories in 40 minutes. I mean, I have an hour. So that's probably not happening unless we get Joan a good acre at the end. Alright, my senses were wrong. This was not the way to go. But yeah, I feel like tomorrow, if I have some time, I want to like look and try to figure out some numbers. So I have a better idea of what we're working with here, so I can, you know what I need to do and how likely it is to happen. Okay, Joan's in a good acre right now, which is good, but also bad. I mean, it's 11:05. If I was to buy from Joan, I could maybe buy 15 acres. So, like, I was thinking, like, normally in cases like this, I'd go to the store. And, like... Well, I mean, let's just check the store quickly. What do I even need? No, I don't need any. This is not what I need. Donkey Kong. I have no idea what this is, and that's okay, so I mean... I know I need the... No, that's not the Regal cupboard, right? What even is that? What is this? A pop machine? I assume that's the pop machine. Like, that's obviously a green pantry, which we have. And then... that is the pop machine, which I also have. So I need the plum bonsai and a Regal cupboard. So, not getting anything new from the raffle today. So there you go. Thanks for nothing, Nook. So, we gotta rely on the fishing tourney. Okay, so I know I don't have to worry about that. So now, let's look at this. Right? Because, like, I have 54 minutes. So if I have... however much money I have in here and divide that by the inventory cost, that's 13.9. So that should be 14. I'm gonna just plan for 15, because then if I can get 25, it's at least 3 mil, and like, I don't care. So like that should probably be enough. I'll just put one of those away. Okay, so I don't know, if I can buy out this acre in time, then I'm good. You know, like here's the thing. I'm either buying this and we finish just after noon and whatever, because like this is 15 inventories. Why would I pass this up? You know, I could buy a couple here and then try to switch, but I feel like that's risky and I don't want to do that. Because like it could actually like be, you know, detrimental. Like, what if I go here and then she's in an awful acre and I buy a couple and it takes forever to find her, and then, like, I do that again and it takes forever to find her. I just don't think it's worth it. I'd rather just take the 15 now. If I showed up a little bit earlier and played it the same way, maybe we'd have more time. But as is, there's a small chance. Like, if I've spent 45 minutes up until this point and I bought 10, but that was with running around and all that stuff, I have, like, 50 minutes to buy 15. I feel like this could almost work, and I could maybe find her in another acre. And if I found her in another large acre, we'd obviously have a good chance to buy, but I feel like I wouldn't want to. I'm kind of hoping it's like I finish this and then I get her in a not as good acre and I just buy a couple more inventories and then I hit 4 mil. But if I get her in a good acre, maybe I just buy 4, I don't know. But I have to like stay focused enough to be able to finish this before that. But I don't know if we're working on it. No! Ugh, whatever. I might just eat those. Oh, it's right near the end, too. I mean, I like to say that an inventory takes, like, I don't know, 3 minutes? So, like, I don't know. We're gonna just see. Like, maybe I can't buy 15 inventories. It's hard to say, like, if this is enough for 15 inventories, then yeah, I think it's possible. Because I think I can do 15 in this acre. But if I can't, then yeah, we'll leave earlier. And then maybe we can get a little bit more. Because again, I bought 10. If I buy 15 here, that's 25. If I buy like 13 or 14, then we'll have 23 or 24. And then maybe I could find another acre and buy like 5 more or something. I don't know. But I know that we're not getting anything from the raffle today. Which is to be expected. I was kind of expecting it. I was just being very hopeful. Because like last month we didn't see anything either. That's 2 inventories here, so that's good. Okay, that was too many. Alright. Let's just keep it up. So yeah. Actually, hold on one second. Yeah, I talked about like a bunch of stuff. Alright, like I need 4 things from Gracie. There's the shirts that I need from the store, right? There's 2 winter shirts. I have all the spring shirts. I need 3 summer shirts and 1 fall shirt. Winter, I didn't play all of winter, and we just got 2 already, which is pretty cool. So I have high hopes for winter. Spring we got in 1 to go, which was nice. Summer just sucked. I upgraded my store specifically to try to get the rest, and it didn't work. So that whatever. And then fall became really close, but at the end we just kept seeing the second last shirt. We got the fall plaid shirt like 5 times. It's like, dude, just give me the last one. But it's from our rare group, so whatever. But yeah, looking at the list, it's like there's 2 walls and 2 carpets, but we can deal with that. There's all the shirts. There's only 11 shirts. And 1 of them is from Jingle, 4 are from Gracie, and the rest are from the store. So we can get those. The pinwheels, whatever. Gyroids, we need 17, like I've said. That's whatever. And then there's all the furniture. But a lot of the furniture is code-based at this point. Like, if I remove all the code-based stuff from the first column, we're left with, like, 3 items, I think. And if we do that from the second column, we're left with, like... Well, the second column has, like, 5 Jingle items, so that's a little bit different. And Lady Liberty, and then the house model, so that's, like, 7. And then there's the Manor model, and then the Market model, which I messed up. Never gonna forget that one. And then the miniature car, and the Pansy model, and then the Plum Bonsai, and the Post model, and the Regal cupboard. So a lot of those we still need. And then the last column is like the Snowman, which we're gonna get soon, tomorrow. And then there's code items, and then like Tokyo Tower, and 2 flower models, and then the rest of the station models. So like, yeah, there's a lot of items we still need, but like, a third of them will probably be like models from the events that I do have in other towns. So, I mean, like, yeah, we're basically chilling. Like, if we can get, like, Nook's done, where, like, if I have all the shirts from a season from Nook, I don't have, and we're done the raffle, I don't have to buy things. And even as is, I might not need to buy from the raffle, too, because I do have leftover tickets. We have a good amount of December tickets at this point. But realistically, we need to keep a good amount on us in case, right? Like, assuming I'm correct and that I will get something new from winning the fishing tourney. If I win it today, tomorrow, then we'll only be missing one raffle item. And if we see that in the raffle, as long as it's not the first place prize, it's basically locked in. First place, most of the time I got it, but one time I used 30 tickets or 31 tickets and I didn't get it, which was way off odds, which sucked. I don't remember what item that was, but I think we have it at this point. Anyway, that's 3 inventories. I think that's 4 inventories, unless I'm really mistaken. Okay, so like, yeah, there's one here, and then there's like part of one there, and then there's another one, Yeah, I think that's 4. I don't know. It's 11:21. I have 40 minutes to buy, what, 11, potentially? I think maybe I can get to another acre after this. But I don't know how tight the time will be, so I don't know if I'll, like, be able to find Joan. I would need to, like, finish quickly and then find Joan very soon after. So, I don't know, there's a chance. And if that's the case, then great, maybe we could hit 4 mil. If I hit 4 mil, good enough, even though I don't think this week's gonna go well. But if I got 4 mil, actually 4 mil wouldn't even be enough to... I was like saying, oh, let's hit 600 mil before the 1 year mark, because that would be fun. But 4 mil is not enough for that. 4 mil would be 28 mil in profit. And I need a little bit more than that, I think. Especially because I spent some. But, I mean, we got everything from Red, and it didn't cost us that much money. It was only like 3 mil, which is, like, not that bad. So I'm pretty happy about that. Didn't set us back too much. And then obviously I still have to pay off the houses, but I'm going to wait to do that because then the statues take up a little bit of extra space in that acre, and I'd rather keep the space for now. Once I've done turnips, I think I can... Yeah, I mean, obviously once I've done turnips is when I would do that. Obviously. Yeah, like, I have no idea how next year's... the other thing about next year is, like, they're doing the 3.0 update for New Horizons, right? And obviously I'm going to go back to that in January just to check to see how things are. But if, like, they keep adding more, then, like, I might be busy doing other stuff, like... So it would be good if I could be done this, like, sooner, potentially. I don't know. You know, I really don't know. I have no... Like, I'm really curious about how many items they're going to add, but I won't know until they add it and the data miners go crazy, obviously. But I feel like day one I won't look at that stuff. I'll just, like, try to figure it out for myself. And figure out, like, how the hotel works and work on that and get some points and everything. That kind of thing. Alright, what am I at? Okay. I think that's 5. I don't know. I think there is a chance that I actually get out of this acre before noon and look for more. I would have had a better chance if I didn't go to the store, but now I know I don't have to worry about the raffle. Like, it's literally do the turnips and then deal with the fishing tourney, and that's going to be the day. And then I can take it easy. I've been very busy over the past few days, honestly. Like, between the streams, trying to figure out if there's, like, things I can get deals on, which was a problem. I had all these things that I wanted to try to find on sale and look for deals on, and then I couldn't remember them. And then, like, the whole, like, past week, I've just been like, what did I want to look at? I'm so confused. And then I waited, and then I made some purchases. I think I saved a decent amount of money on what I got. Some of the stuff, it wasn't on sale, but it's like, yeah, I should get this anyway. Like, I got some protective cases for my childhood N64 boxes, so that's cool. I'm gonna try to put those in boxes and see how they look. Honestly, they're a little roughed up in some places, but for the most part, the cover looks nice, and they might be missing some of the tabs, you know, on, like, for the lids or whatever, but, like, as long as they hold their shape properly and they look okay on the front, that's good enough to display. And because they're, like, you know, mine, and it's cool. Like, yeah, they were kept, but they got roughed up, obviously. But, like, I don't think we even have all of them. I think, like, I don't think we have all of them. I think we're missing a couple. I can't remember. It's like, I have Pokemon Snap, I have Pokemon Stadium 2, I think the Mario Kart one, Super Mario 64. What else? I can't remember. Why? Super Smash Bros, Mario Party 3, and I think there's one more. I think I have a total of 7. But there are other games that we had. I think we bought games from, like, the rental store just as cartridges, and that's why we don't have the boxes, probably. I do remember getting at least 1 or 2 games like that. That's probably how that worked. But yeah, I'm gonna get that set up. I got some of the Animal Crossing Lego on sale, so that's cool. I got some new headphones. I was looking at getting a new mic, but I realized that requires way too much research because people are so picky about what they recommend and everything. So I was like, whatever. You know, because like, oh, the Blue Yeti would be the direct upgrade to my mic, but a lot of people hate on the Yeti. So it's like, is that justified? Is that not? Everyone's like, get an XLR mic. It's like, oh, that requires an audio mixer, and that's more money. But there's some like cheap mixers that aren't that expensive. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, I can try to get a sale on something for like Boxing Day potentially. So it's not really a big deal right now. Between all the other purchases I made recently and then all the game purchases I made, it's like I don't need to worry about that right now, you know? But I can do some more research when there's like less stress and go from there. Was there something else I was gonna talk about with this though? I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, obviously, like, we have, I guess there's like there's three main things that we need to like deal with to make the streams easier, right? We have turnips. Turnips, you know, they're like a big Sunday thing, and then some random day throughout, right? Getting that is probably the biggest impact. That has the biggest impact out of anything, but that's obviously it's still a far way away. We're like 60% almost. Like 57%. Which is really close if you think about it. So like that's that, right? I mean, here's the thing. When I was just starting and I had bad luck, it was like I have not even made a dent in this. Now it's like, oh, I'm over halfway there, you know? So, I mean, it could demoralize me. But at this point, it's like I'm committed to it, you know? Like I'm over halfway. I'm gonna thug it out regardless. So like it could ruin me if they like hit me with another dry streak, but it won't affect me to the same level, I don't think, because I know I'm closer. Before it was like I feel like I hadn't even like made a dent, like I hadn't even started, but now it's like nah, the snowball has gained momentum. You know, can't stop me. Snowball's too big to be stopped that easily. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, anyway, that's one thing. So the turnips are one thing. And then we could just say Nooks is another thing, right? Like right now, if the turnips were done, I wouldn't have to check the price from him every day, right? But I would still have to deal with buying from him potentially or looking at the raffle tickets. So if we have all the shirts from a specific season, and again, at most, basically spring is set. If somehow I get the last raffle item, if I finish the raffle stuff by spring, then by the time spring rolls around, we're set. Because, again, I already have all the spring shirts. That would be pretty cool. But if somehow I got... Oh yeah, if I got the raffle stuff, then by the time spring rolled around, I'd be good. And I wouldn't have to worry about that. So, that would be cool. That would save us some time, all the time. But, like, I don't know what the chances of that are, you know? Like, sure. I know I can get the last raffle item from the fishing tournament. So do I just cut my losses on raffle tickets? There's a couple ways I could go about it. That's the thing, right? Like, I could just say, I'll get it in June. Sell all the raffle tickets from June onwards. Right? I could say that. But if I do get it, you know, that would be nice. But then I can just get rid of everything immediately. That would be cool. But yeah, like right now with Nooks, it's like it's a mix of buying things for tickets for the raffle, but also checking prices, but also buying shirts. So I mean, like, if I don't have to buy things and I have all the shirts, then that's good, right? That part's saved. That doesn't save a lot of time, but it would remove the need to go to the store. Obviously, we're checking for Gulliver every day until we don't find him, or until we find him for a week, and then we keep doing that until we have everything from him. So that would also, that's a different thing. I said 3, but there's actually like 4. And then there's the visitors, right? Like right now, I have everything from Wendell and Sahara and Red. Then there's Gracie, who I still need 4 shirts from. And then Katrina, technically, if I got the right fortune and I happened to get something new from the trees, I would get the last raffle item. And then I wouldn't need the raffle. So I don't know. Maybe it's worth trying it. It could be worth trying it next time Katrina's here. In theory, it should only be 1 item I need, but maybe there's a higher chance for it to be something newer. Not guaranteed, but maybe there's a better chance. No idea, you know? But if I got it that way, that would be huge, right? But if somehow I got all of Gracie's stuff, then yeah, I could basically ignore the schedule. And then I guess there's Gyroid. So there's 5 main things, if I think about it. So if I list them again, it's Gulliver, Nooks, Gyroids, wait. Did I say Gyroids, Gulliver? Oh yeah, okay, so Turnips, Nooks, Gracie, Gulliver, and Gyroids. So a lot of G's there. Okay, I don't know how this is working. I don't think I'm using enough money fast enough. But I'm gonna just keep trying. We're gonna see what we can make happen here. But yeah, so there's like, I guess there's still 5 main sources of items. Like in New Horizons, yeah, that's my biggest thing. I was always about removing item sources. Like, I was doing so much each day that's like, hey, if I can get rid of 1 item source, that saves me a lot of time every day, and that'd be really cool. So I was doing a lot all at once, which is obviously, you know, more taxing, but then the payoff was that I was like, okay, that's 1 less thing I have to worry about. I'm good forever. So here, yeah, it's like, I guess, like, because of certain things, I still would need to, like, stream every day. Like, with New Horizons, there came a point where there was nothing for me to actually gain on a Saturday or Sunday. Like, nothing whatsoever. You know? Like, basically, Saturday and Sunday, because there was no visitors, like, Harv's was established, so every Monday I would check out Harv's, and then throughout the week, like, on weekdays, I'd check the other visitors. Cool. And then on Saturday and Sunday, the only thing I could really get was one of the sloppy furniture items from the recycling bin. But once I had all of that stuff, then there was no need for me to stream on Saturday and Sunday, so I stopped. And I only did Monday to Friday. And I guess I already had all of the recipes at that point, and I had everything else. So I think I was just waiting on, like, kick stuff then, maybe. I can't remember. I don't remember exactly how it played out. But the point I'm making is that with New Horizons, I stopped doing 7 days a week to 5 days a week. But here, unfortunately, I feel like Gyroids are going to be one of the things that last the longest. I mean, obviously, like, Gulliver feels like it's going to take forever to complete, but I could be done him in 2 weeks' time, you know? Very unlikely, but if we, I don't know, if we got the last Gulliver thing before the end of the year, that would be cool. Or the second last thing, rather, but Gulliver could be done soon. And then Turnips are going to be done at their point, and, like, Turnips basically require playing every day. If I finished everything else, if somehow I finished everything else and I was still going on Turnips, then, like, yeah, I'd buy Turnips on Sunday, and if I had to sell on the Monday, I would just, like, be off for a week, you know? That'd be kind of funny. But that's not going to be the case, I don't think, based on how this is going. And then Gracie, because of the visitors and how the schedule changes all the time, like, I kind of always have to be here. But then, again, Gyroids because rain. Like, you need to play while it's raining. So I would need to play every day to roll for rain. So basically, like, I'm here. If I somehow got all the Gyroids before anything else, then I would be here less. But I feel like that's not going to happen. I would also need to get, like, Gracie. Unless there's, like, some weird thing where it's like, oh... oh, sorry, I'm just thinking. Okay, sorry. Like, imagine, yeah, like, I get a visitor, I deal with them, and then it's like, oh, Sahara will be here next. And it's like, okay, well, I'll check back on this day. But, yeah, I guess, like, I'm gonna be here every day. But if I can get all the Gulliver stuff, that's good. And if I get all the Gracie stuff, that's good. And then Gyra is what it is. I know, like I said, I keep saying I want to go away on a trip and take time off and not do this. I'm just thinking, like, what could I possibly do? Like, is there anything I could do while being away? I mean, like, I don't want, like, I'd have to check, and, like, the time is a problem. And, like, I don't want to, like, deal with, like, multiple characters that I'm dealing with, you know, like, oh, let's deal with Gracie, let's deal with... I mean, like, I could find Gulliver, maybe, but I'd have to check every day, which is a problem. I'm thinking, like, what, like, I'm just trying to think of, like, all the crazy cases, you know, like, I load the game every day just to roll for rain, right? And then if it stops raining, gyros show up. And you can have as many gyros as you want in town. So if I still needed gyros at that point, I guess I could do that. Or like most days. That wouldn't take that long. That's literally just like, boom, done, you know? But I don't know. Just thinking, like, what would even be possible? That would be very awkward, obviously. And wouldn't work very well. So I'm kind of hoping I don't have to do anything like that. I don't want to be obligated or, like, think that, what if I did this? Or I should do this, you know? Anyway, so I guess, like, I've figured it out. It's 5 sources. That's what we're dealing with. Each one has a varying degree of difference in how the streams would go. But if we somehow get all that done, like, if we can get that stuff done by, like, the end of September, I guess that's kind of the goal. I feel like we're not using enough space here. I'm trying to drop things, like, in the acre where they're easy to see right now before I do anything crazy. I guess there's still all this space. I've lost count, obviously, at this point. I stopped caring about the count. I'm gonna just see if I can make everything work. If we make everything work, we should have a total. I think we can probably get close. But again, it's 11:41, so I have 19 minutes to buy these last inventories. So depending on how this goes, I can maybe find Joan again and buy a couple more. If not, we'll be at 25, which is at least 3 mil. And, like, I don't know, it's 92 bells. I guess I've only been here for like an hour and 20 right now. I don't know. I think we can, I don't know, I think we can make something happen. But yeah, not having to worry about red is nice, because, like, yeah, I've been like, oh, I'm making all this money, but I know I'm going to spend a little bit of it, but it's only like 3 mil, whatever. Now I don't have to worry about red. If he shows up, I just buy from him so we can, like, get someone here sooner. That's the only reason, you know? But he won't have anything. And then I really want to get my, like, house and manor model. Those are the things I need. But I want to get the Regal furniture. But I didn't get anything in the store. So hopefully I win the fishing tourney, and he gives me the Regal cupboard. Because if I get that, then I can put the Regal Furniture Series out in my house, and I'm good to go. Otherwise, I don't know what to do. I could just drop all of the spooky stuff in my house and hope for the best. You know, I was just thinking, like, I have all of Gracie's shirts on display in my second character's basement, and they're all just out so you can see them. I guess I could technically, like, put them away in closets to save space, but I don't know if that's, like, worth it. You know, like, I did that with, like, the carpet and wallpaper, because you can't read them, right? Like, if you are in another person's basement, you can't pick them up, so it won't prompt you to say what they are. That's the reason I put them in the closets, because it saves space, and because then I could go there with my character and just look and say, yeah, here's what they are. At least, like, with the shirts, you can visibly see what they are, but I could also put them in alphabetical order in office lockers. And that would save us a little bit of space, but I don't know if it would be worth saving the space, so I guess we can wait and see. Okay, we got 16 minutes. Maybe. And honestly, if we could, like, win the fishing tourney with, like, very little effort, I'd be very appreciative of that. It's been a long week, and, like, I don't want that cherry on top today, you know? Like, the fishing tourney has added, like, half an hour to 40 minutes onto these turnip streams, which is too much. The turnip streams are already too much as is sometimes, so, like, I don't need that on top of things. Okay, in theory, I have enough money here for 15 inventories. We have 13 minutes left. I wanted to see how much we have left on the ground, but I feel like it's getting full. And it's gonna be... I mean, we don't have that much left on the ground. I can drop a lot here. I think we can do 8. And then I can grab 4 of these. That's too many. We can go here. I mean, in theory, that's enough for like 2 more inventories. So I think I'm at 12. If that's the case, we have 10 minutes, which this is bad. This is gonna be really tight. I could call it early. I mean, I could do that. I don't know. I also don't know if I can drop this many turnips here. It's getting a little tight, honestly. Like, I'm doing this. This should be the 13th inventory. And I feel like that's going to be pushing it. So maybe I buy a 14th and then leave. And drop these at the store. And then I can try to... And then I'll have a couple extra minutes to try to find her again. Because it's 3.4 mil at 25. I think at like 29, then we're at 4 mil. And that was always like my benchmark. So if I could hit that, that would be good. And I mean, again, we're only like an hour and a half. So like we should be able to do that in under 2 hours. And then if we get the fishing tourney done, then maybe this is like a sub 2 hour stream. That would be cool. I'd like that. I mean, here's the thing. The fishing tourney is very important because it gets me, like, 1 item away. Like, you know? Like, I wish I got a raffle item from the last fishing tourney. Because if I did, we'd be sad. I had a vision. I had a dream, but it just didn't pan out. But that's fine. You know, it would have been... If we got that, it would have been insane. And then I could have sold all the raffle tickets, and we wouldn't have to worry about that. And then it would just be, like, check for the shirts, and I would have been really happy. But just getting red done, I'm pretty happy about that. And having the raffle stuff so close means we could win at any moment. But obviously it won't be through a fishing tourney unless it's half a year from now. That's a ways away. But I guess this week, we're going to deal with turnips, and then maybe that won't be that bad. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a Monday spike. Maybe it'll decrease immediately. I don't know. But if we get that dealt with soon, then we don't have to think about it too much. Oh, I almost went way too far there. Okay, so that's one. And then, yeah, there's one more inventory there. But I feel like the space is... I don't know. I don't know if I can drop this here. But I think this will be the 14th inventory. If I'm not mistaken. Again, I am not counting. We're just going based off the money that was dropped. But do I even know how much money was dropped? No. I think I brought like... Well, an inventory is always 5 bags, and it was like 13 point something, so I grabbed like 3 extra bags, maybe? This inventory is almost done, right? Maybe not. Okay. I guess I was far away on this one. Jeez. Alright, now it's done. I'm just making stuff up. Okay. Do I mean, maybe I think I can do it. I don't know. I don't know about this. Okay, it's 11:54. This should be the 15th inventory. So this should put us at 25. I have 6 minutes. I need to run up. If we're talking about like being as fast as possible, I guess I was thinking I'd drop this inventory at the store, but I could also just take it with me and drop it elsewhere. That might be faster. It's 11:55. See, I could have passed on buying this inventory right now and then just left to look for Joan. Because, I mean, like, ideally I run down, right? I was thinking I run up and then go right to the store, but I should run down. Because I don't want Joan there, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Like, if this works out, I can get a couple more inventories. Technically, if it worked out, I could get in one of the good acres, and then I could buy another, like, 10 to 15. I don't want to do that. To be honest, I don't want to do that at all. I feel like this week is not going to be good to me, but I also thought that way about this week, so, like, I don't know. Also, I might not even find it. You know, this could work, or it could work okay, or it could work great, but it's 11:57, so we have 3 minutes now. This inventory's got to be half done. It'll probably be 11:58 by the time I'm done. I guess I should keep the clock up so I can have the seconds. Okay, no. Bag's full. Okay, it is. Alright, so we're going to run down. Okay, now we're in this acre. And then we're going to run here. We're going to have to see if Joan is here. Joan is not there. Is Joan here? I'm gonna say Joan is not there. Okay, so I'm gonna run back this way. Over this way. I guess there's still a little bit of space back there that we could have worked with. But that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna go and drop this here just so it's out of the way. Technically, we're wasting time doing this, but whatever. Okay, it's 11:58. I mean, yeah, if Joan was here, obviously, it'd be like, wow, you can buy a lot more now. But I also don't want that because I don't want to feel obligated. I want to get Joan an okay acre. So it's like, okay, yeah, I can buy a little bit more, but not too much. Okay, Joan is in a good acre. Wonderful. This is what I mean. Like, this is like, I don't want this because I don't want to deal with this right now. But, I don't know. I'm not gonna go crazy here. I'm not sure what to do. If I buy 4 more inventories, I'll hit 4 mil, which is, like I said, my goal. But if I buy a couple more after that, I could hit 4.5. I mean, realistically, I've just started this acre, so there's no bringing more money to it. So I think it would be at most 13, right? Yeah, it would be like 13.9. So like if the money in my, I could buy 14 here if I really wanted to. And I'm at 25 right now. So I could say whatever I times 39, and that would be like 5.3. So I could hit 5 mil if I wanted to. But like I said, I don't have a good feeling about this week. I really don't. And I'm tired. You know, like, I've been here for an hour and 37 minutes. And it's basically new. It's like, this is when I don't know what to say. I'm exhausted. The past 3 days have been, like, just, like, non-stop. Like, I was thinking about it yesterday, and it's like, just based on what I was doing, I was always using my brain, basically. Whether I was streaming, or trying to, like, shop, or some other thing, or, like, do other stuff around the house, or do some, like, game stuff to, like, organize. There's just always something. And I just, more things keep, like, showing up on my plate now. It's like, ah. I just feel like I have a million things to do right now, and I'm trying to get them done, but not as simple as I'd like it to be. And then, like, yeah, I'm very sore, like, very, very sore, compared to how I usually am. My head and my shoulders are just cooked. So the last thing I want to do is buy for another 50 minutes. But, like, on one hand, it's like, this is a perfect opportunity. I shouldn't let it go. But on the other hand, I'm like, I have a bad feeling about this week. I mean, if this week paid off, it'd be set. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do something. I'll do something. So if I bought 25 so far, that's 26. And 29 is supposedly 4 mil. Now, how much would I need to hit 600 mil if I got a spike? That's maybe a good number. You know? Like, I have 547.6 mil in the bank. And then I have, let's say I do have actually 21.7 mil outside. I had the extra stuff out for red, but that's gone now, right? So what I have outside should be accurate, although technically I had a little bit extra outside, which I am using. So, like, but to be, like, absolutely sure, I would, it says, like, 430.6, so I would need to make 30.6 mil. Is that a lot? I mean, let's say again, if 29 is 4 mil, I would probably need closer to 4.5, right? I mean, like if 500k is 3.5 mil, and I'm at 28 mil, that would put me at like 31.5, which is too much, I guess, but not by much. So like 4.4 mil would probably be sufficient. So I don't know. Maybe I buy like 7 inventories here. I buy like half of the acre and say, okay, you know what? That's good enough. Because again, I wanna just take a break. I don't want to be stuck here all day. I won't be stuck here all day, obviously. Even if I bought everything here, I wouldn't be stuck here for that long. It just feels like a long time. Obviously. Yeah, I just have a lot that I want to do, honestly. I feel like I don't know. Am I getting it done? Yes? Question mark? I guess I could just yap for a little bit and I'll help take up some time. So like, I've been playing RuneScape, obviously, old school RuneScape. Sailing came out. I wasn't like sold on it beforehand. Now that I'm playing it, I feel like it's not the worst thing ever. I don't know. I feel like it's better than I expected it to be. Also, like, I played when Summoning was released in RS3. And that, honestly, I feel like Summoning's worse than Sailing. I'm still saying that. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, and maybe it's like too soon to say that, but like I don't like what Summoning did. I think it changed the game too much. Sailing, I don't think it's changed the game really. You know, like it's inoffensive in that sense. Like, sure, there's all this extra stuff, but like you don't have to do it. I don't think. I don't know. I'm already like at a high enough level. I mean, it's like I'm at like 68, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I kind of want to hit 78. I want to get everything charted, but you have to, like, there's all these like requirements for certain oceans to get the charting done. So like I want to hit like 72, and then I can do a bunch of that charting, and then if I can hit 78, I can do the rest. And that's kind of my goal. And then Metroid Prime 4 drops on Thursday, and I am thinking about starting that on Saturday. So I'm kind of hoping to get that done before that. I think I have enough time to do that, but then there's all the other things. Like, I have games that I need to test still. And I tested some more last night. I was just exhausted, and I was like, oh, let me do something productive for 10 minutes. If I can get that stuff done, that'll help, but, like, my shelves are actually hitting critical mass again. Now, if you were here when I was talking about this a couple months back, I had one shelf, and it was, like, overflowing and not organized. And then I bought another shelf to put in said shelf, and then I bought another identical shelf to go next to it, and then I expanded everything. And I've obviously been buying lots of things since then. I have a count of how many games I bought since then, but I'm not going to share it because I would need to find it, and I don't have access to it right now. And that's not the point. The point is that the shelves are starting to get to that point again. Like, I have a near full GameCube shelf. I have a basically full Wii shelf, as in it's not full right now, but there are Wii games that I need to test, and after they're tested, that's gonna be full. And then then there's the NES and Super Nintendo. That shelf is like 3/4 full. And then there's like the bottom shelf, which is awkward, but it's like in the DS, 3DS, Wii U, and Switch games. That one's basically kind of full, except for the DS section. And then I have 2 Xbox shelves, which house Xbox, Xbox 360, and Xbox One games. And then there's one PlayStation shelf, and both of those are full. Like, all of those are full. And then there's one more shelf that's like extra, that's not extra, but I don't know what to do with it. because that's where I have my N64 games. But there's just like 3 rows of them, and I only have like, you can see the 3 at the front. But I don't know a good way to display N64 games. There might not be a good way, honestly. Because I don't want to do that whole like sticker thing. Because like that's the thing that people do, you know? They put like stickers on the side, and then they put them sideways, but that doesn't like utilize the space well anyway. I was thinking maybe like I get the cases. Sorry, I'm just thinking. So that's 3 inventories here, so this one should make it 4 mil, so that's cool. But yeah, like if I get like the square rectangular cases to put them in, and then I put like the label on top of the case, like along what would be the spine, then you could stack them that way and you'd still see what they are. But I also think that they should like be in trays, you know? It's like you're just not gonna get that much space in the shelf. Well, I mean, maybe they'd stack better. Before, with the old shelf, I had like a row of N64 games, and then I had cases to the side, and they were against the side of the shelf, and then I had another row of N64 games on top of those games, and it was kind of stacked precariously, because if you like touched it the wrong way, it would fall over. And like maybe if they were in the cases, they would stack nicely on top of each other, and I wouldn't need a tray. But I feel like the tray just makes it easier to like, oh, let me pull this whole thing out, and like look to see what it is. So that's kind of an idea, but I'm still thinking about that, because like that is using up a weird amount of space. And then the other thing is like all the cases are kind of like far back. And like there's a bit of shadow, so it's kind of hard to read. So I'd like to like put something behind all the cases as like filler space, so that they're nicely lined up. But I don't know, it'd be good for that. But yeah, that's another thing I'm thinking about. But like again, we're gonna be in trouble soon. Like I say. Basically, like the Wii, the one Wii shelf, the one PlayStation shelf, and the 2 Xbox shelves are all full. And I have 1 Xbox game that's out, and I have 2 PlayStation games that are out as is. And then I'll have a couple Wii games that are out probably. And then I won't know where to put them. And it's like, if I display different things in a different space, then that could save some space, but it won't save much. And by the time I get that extra space to display things in, it won't matter. You know? Like, I want to own all of the Yakuza games. And I'd love to have, like, a Yakuza shelf. Where, like, I own 1 figure. I have 1 figure of Kiryu, but I've also ordered multiple that are, like, they've shipped some of them. So, like, if I have those, then I'd love to have, like, the statue, like, the figures of the characters, and then, like, the games behind them, maybe. I think that could be cool. Or, like, you know, and I have some of the steelbooks, which look pretty nice. So I feel like there's a good way to, like, display that stuff behind all that, and then that would save a little bit of space on the PlayStation shelf, but only the PlayStation shelf. So, I don't know. Anyway, that is 4 inventories. Right? So like it's 1, 2, oh yeah, 4. Okay, so that says that I'm at 29, which is the right amount. Okay, so like, what's the easy way to do math on this? So if I say like 138k times 31 is 4.27, and if I times that by 7, that gets us 29.9 mil. Times 33 is 4.5, times that by 7, that's 31, that's too much. So is it 32? I think 32 is the number. 32 inventories is the number. That's 30.9 mil, so basically 31 mil in profit. which should be enough to hit the 600 mil mark. So again, my original goal was to hit 450 mil by the 1 year mark. And then I said, okay, let's do 500 if we can, right? That's a stretch goal. And then I hit that and was like, well, what if we did more? And now I'm obviously at like 570, which is a lot more than that goal. And it's like, well, I'm pretty close to 600. So because it's a raffle week, we don't have to worry about any of that mumbo jumbo. That's why we can just keep going and there's no breaks. And then the 10th, which is not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, is the 1 year anniversary. So I have this week, which I don't think is going to go well based on how it's been, but hey, you never know. So if I buy enough to hit 600 mil, I'm set. However, there's also next weekend, right? And technically, depending on when the spike happens, there's more than a 50% chance that the spike would happen before or on the 10th. And if that's the case, then I could still hit it then. But basically, if I buy 32 inventories today, that should be enough to hit that mark. And again, I could obviously buy more, but I don't have a good feeling about this week, and I don't really want to be here for that long. I kind of want to take it easy, so I'm just not sure. Because I bought 4 inventories here already, right? This is the 5th. That puts us at 30. I need to buy 2 more after this inventory to hit 32, and that should get us the profit we need. And then it's like, okay, I'll have bought 7 inventories here. And I could buy another 7, essentially. And it's like, do I or do I not, you know? That's the thing. I don't really want to. And I don't have a good feeling about it. But if it worked, it would be a pretty nice payoff, obviously. So, like, that's where I'm conflicted. It's like, I don't want to do it, but I don't have a good feeling about it. But I didn't have a good feeling about last week, and it worked. So that's either, like, it's setting me up for failure, or it's setting me up to play myself. I'm not sure what it is. There you go. We're at 30 now, so we'll do 2 more, and then we'll see. I mean, I could just do 10 more, and then I'd have 35 inventories. Okay, I guess that's 31. Okay, come on. Oh, okay. I thought I hit the wrong button. I was like, come on, don't do this now. Okay, so this last inventory will put us at 32, and that should be enough to hit 600 mil if there's a spike. Now, I could just buy 3 more inventories after this. Don't really want to. Still thinking about it. But I mean, like, I'll just figure it out tomorrow, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, we're basically at 2 hours already, right? So it's like, I've been buying for 2 hours. I have 32 inventories. I guess that's like a good amount, normally, right? Like, if we look at... If we look at last week, I bought 36 inventories, and that was 6.8 mil, right? So, like, difference in bells is very apparent. The most I bought was 43 inventories. So, buying 32, right? This is 32? Yeah, right? Be 32. So, yeah, having 32 is, like, pretty good. And, like, it's probably good enough. But I could just buy 1 more. But then I could just buy 3 more. I don't really want to buy another 7. You know? That's kind of where I'm at. Like, here's the thing. I woke up late. And now we're at 2 hours. So technically I've made up for the fact that I woke up late and we had bad luck. Like, you know, if I woke up right at 10, or like I started streaming right at 10 and I bought for 2 hours and I didn't get Jones somewhere beforehand, then yeah, there you go. That's 2 hours of purchasing. That's what we're dealing with. So, I mean, as long as I got 2 hours in, it's fine. And I guess, like, it's not an amazing price. We are double digits. It's not even triple digits. I mean, I've done worse with better prices. And yeah, I just don't have a good feeling about this week. I don't know, I'm a little concerned. Okay, so I think this is 32, so maybe I'll do 33. I think maybe I'll just do 1 more. 33 will make absolute sure that we hit 600 mil. Make sure that there's no calculation errors. I know I could just keep going, but I just don't think it's gonna work. I feel like I'm gonna lose all this anyway. That's part of why I'm like, I don't really want to keep doing it. Also because I'm just like, I just don't want to... I streamed this for like 6.5 hours, sorry, 6.5 hours the other day. I don't think you can blame me for saying I don't want to do this right now. Okay, so that should be 32, which means I bought 7 already. Let's buy like 1 more, an 8 for 33. That should be more than enough. I mean, right now, even the difference between like 4 mil and 4.5 mil is a week. I will eventually put a chart together, or a graph rather, of all my balances over time. I want to do that. I just haven't bothered. I don't know, here's the thing, like, I don't want to, like, leave this. It's like, I know I can get more, and I can do more, but I don't know. I've done this before where I, like, stop, and then, like, sometimes it's paid off, and sometimes it hasn't, and it's always a risk, right? It's always a risk. You either buy as much as you can, or you're like, I've bought a good amount, this is enough for this week. You know, I'm over the goal of 4 mil. That's the first important part. So I'm not gonna, like, complain about that. I think we're nearly at, like, I don't remember the exact number. Yeah, we're at 4.5. Like, this will be over 4.5. And, like, I could hit 5 mil if I did a couple more. And then it's like, oh, like, I could... But, like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's just like, oh, if I do a couple more, I'll be at this number. Oh, if I do a couple more, I'll be at this. I think... Do I just call it? It's been 2 hours. It's 12:20. I think I'm just gonna call it. I'm at 33 inventories, supposedly. If I did my math right. And if I didn't, then I bought an extra one. We're still at 32. So I think we're set. We're covered. Now, obviously, yes, I could have bought. I could have bought more. I was in a good acre, but like, I made it work. I bought a lot as is, right? So I'm not gonna worry. If I get a decrease next tomorrow, which I'm kind of expecting, then I'll sell and I'll say, well, at least I didn't buy them all, right? And if I get it spike, then I'll say, well, I should have bought more, but at least I bought as much as I did, and I can hit my milestone, you know? So I think I'm covered both ways. I still spent 2 hours, right? Like, as long as I spend 2 hours, like, that's kind of base mark. And again, if the price was better, maybe I would have bought more, but it was only 92, right? And I bought 33. And last week, 36 for 6.8 mil. So if we had a good price and I bought this many inventories, I would have bought more. Yeah, right? That's the thing. Like, at this point, it's like, I'm cutting my losses, or cutting my gains. I'm cutting everything, right? But if it was a near max price, that would have been really nice, right? I could have just bought more, and I would have been like... I mean, if I had 25, and then I went into that acre, then I could have bought another 15. I could have hit 40, you know? So we would have hit, like, over 7 mil if that was... I guess that's the big difference, right? If it was a better price, I would have gone harder, for sure. Because, yeah, I could have easily hit over 7 mil there. Because last week, I bought 36. And... yeah, I bought 36 inventories. We could have hit 40 like this. And that extra 4 would have put us over 7 mil. And maybe it would have been, like, close to 7.5. Okay, look at that. 23 to 24 inches. That's pretty cool. Alright. Nice. Okay, that's good. I mean, 27 is the max size, so I'm set with that. And now I have 7 left over for June. Is that overkill? Yeah, you know it's overkill. But who cares, right? I will worry about that another day. I can take them and store them in my... Like, right now they're in my house. And I'm not going to do any switching because that would mess with the turnip stuff, whatever. Even though I don't think it's going to be a good week, I'm not going to mess with the flow because the flow's been treating me right. So I will deal with that. I can take these out of my gyroid with a different character, store them in one of these for June, and then I can store the rest in there, and then I could do the same with the other gyroids, right? Like I could just leave mine empty. But there you go. So we're basically done today. I could move turnips, but honestly, don't want to do that. Spade shirt and a striking outfit. I don't think either of those are new. Just gonna double check that. Striking outfit's new. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait a minute. This is actually nuts. I would talk to Nook and get the catalog check, but that's not gonna happen. So, striking outfit, spade shirt. So I look at my working reference sheet. The last one is a neoclassic knit. So we got the striking, we got the uncommon, and then I don't remember, what was the other one? Was it the sharp outfit? Maybe? Okay, so the neoclassic knit is the only thing we're missing at this point. Now let me just go to the clothing tab and figure out what the heck that is for me. Where's the clothing tab? I scrolled past it. There it is. Nope, there it is. Okay, cool. Striking? Striking is group C. What does that mean? I don't know. Let me double check my clothing. My uncommon is C, my rare is B, and my common is A. So the neoclassic is B. Did I say that's my rare one? Yeah, that's my rare group. So I need the rare shirt for winter and a rare shirt for fall, right? So I need 5 shirts now. That's actually crazy. Like, legit, the winter season started 2 days ago. Wait. 3 days ago? I think it's 3 days ago. But I got a new shirt, and then I got a new shirt. I guess I didn't get a new shirt yesterday. But I got a new shirt the first 2 days, and then I got a new one today. And that's honestly pretty huge. But I know that I need a rare shirt this month, and then I need one, like, this season. So winter and fall both need rare shirts. Summer, I think it's a mix. But if I get that last shirt, then I'm, like, basically set for this one. So I'm pretty happy about that. Good thing I checked that, because if I didn't check that and I didn't get that, that would have been devastating. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up now. Yeah, so just over 2 hours. I caught 10 large bass throughout this week. Thankfully, I only needed 3 of them. So I'm stocked up for the next fishing tourney in June if I need it. That's assuming I don't get the raffle item. Like, hopefully I get a new raffle item tomorrow. And then if I get the last one sometime between now and June, then I don't need them. But hey, I'm still stocked up, which is good. But yeah, so we didn't get anything from the raffle at Nooks today. There was nothing there. We won the fishing tourney in 3. We got a max size fish, so we're set. And turnips were at 92 bells, which isn't great, but I was still able to buy 33 inventories. I could have bought another 7 probably and hit 40, and we would have been a little bit over 5 mil. But at this point, it's been such a long week. I've already been here for 2 hours, so I'm just cutting it. Also, we've had 4 spikes in a row, and that's the most we've ever seen. And if we get 5 spikes in a row and I miss out on a little potential profit because I cut it early today, so be it. But if I get a bad price, then at least I know I would have saved like 15 minutes. Like, if I have to sell at a decrease tomorrow, at least I know I saved 20 minutes of my time, right? At least I still tried. So, yeah. And we've bought enough that if I do get the spike this week, we'll hit 600 mil before the 1 year mark. So that's cool. Anyway, that's the end of this week. Tomorrow we have Gracie and the snowman item thing. And if I don't have to do anything with turnips, maybe I'll put in some secret codes. And I want to look at some other stuff. Today was like a lot of like pondering, because I messed up on sale day and missed the market model. So I'm trying to think like, okay, what's the next year gonna look like? How long is it gonna take me to get these things? Am I gonna be able to do it before then? All that stuff. So I'm gonna try to like look at what I've got so far and have some stuff prepared for the 1 year mark. But for now, I'm out of here. Anyway, that's it. Nice 2 hour and 10 minute stream. I'm gonna take a break and chill. Bye.